Hey, welcome back, everyone. It is time for another red hot covered call video. Well, hey, look, if you've never been to my channel and this is the very first time you've ever seen one of my videos, you're in for a treat. See, I sell premium, and what I do is I come back to my channel every single week. I show you my trades. We talk about it, so maybe you learn something. I usually talk about my current and active trades. I always want to give you a look-see into my world. And you're probably asking, well, why do I do this? Well, it was 4.5 years for which my mentor, Jerry, sat down, took the time with me to answer all my questions. And he taught me the selling premium strategy of writing covered calls and selling cash secured puts. I used to be a swing trader, day trader with zero success. And I've told my story on this channel for years. Now, once Jerry showed me how he sells premium in retirement to pay the bills, live the good life, put his granddaughter through college, I was absolutely hooked, and I'll tell you what, I have never looked back. And as you see my results, these are the results that I have posted. It is success after success after success. I'll tell you, I sell premium and I do not apologize. That's what we're going to talk about today. We're going to talk about the wheel strategy, the options wheel strategy that is so popular on YouTube right now. And it's easy to understand why, because selling premium and the wheel strategy go hand in hand. And to be honest with you, if you're new to the strategy, I'm going to tell you to get your financial education so you get comfortable with it, and then you get your experience because you're comfortable with it, right? Anytime you're comfortable with something, you're more likely to do it. That's why I always try to encourage you. See, this is one of those strategies where once you learn it, you're going to instantly get that on-the-job training. And I'll tell you, man, writing covered calls is my favorite thing to do. Now, look, let's go ahead and get to this. If you like what you're hearing, I want you to subscribe to the channel. It's right there, and it's free. And hey, look, if you like this video today, bang that like button. It lets me know you like what I'm doing. Now, what I'm doing is I'm actually coming back and giving you an update on my pins trade. Remember when I did the wheel strategy video? Everybody got excited, and then I gave an update. And then, of course, recently knocking down $5,300 in 2 weeks. So let's go ahead and talk about my current 3 wheel trades. Now, like I told you, I entered the pins trade. I went ahead and sold the cash secured put, right? The wheel of profit is that cash secured put. That's step number 1. As we go through step 1, we want to be assigned the shares. And then once we're assigned the shares, we go to step 2, which is write a covered call. And then if our shares are taken away, we're given the cash, we repeat and rinse. Now, along the way, you may find yourself needing to manage the trade. And that's what I had to do with my very first covered call with pins. Now, let's go to that trade just so I could set it up for you. So when I sold the cash secured put, it was a 36 strike. And I got a $1.42 for that. I documented that in that video. I was assigned the shares. Now I wrote a covered call. Luckily, the stock was trading around this point. I wrote the 36 strike, meaning I can get out of the stock at my stock purchase price, right? It's 36, right? Well, they ended up paying me $1.70 for that. So right there on the face of it, you could see I'm knocking down $3.12 in premium. Now I'm doing this on 1,000 shares. So in 30 days, this is going to be $3,100. Well, pin starts to move higher, but it starts to dip lower. And when it dipped into the 32, 33 range, because it had some interesting news, so I used that opportunity to buy this option back, this $1.70 option back. I bought that back for 86 cents. Now, for me, that means I collect the difference. So I collected about $840, right? Because that's on 1,000 shares. And this was literally in 7 days. So when I placed the trade, they paid me $1,700. I bought the option back because the option had fallen from 170 down to 86. And then I decided to hold the shares, and I was going to wait for 1 green day, maybe 2 green days. We were going to try to write another 30-day covered call, maybe try to collect $1.25, and we were just going to roll this on and on and on. Well, what happens is the very next day, pins moves up plus buck something here. And guess what? John's off to the races. He literally, I'm like Ricky Henderson here talking in the third person. I literally sell the 30-day 36 and was able to get $1.55 for this. This is unbelievable. I pocket the 142. Right, that $1,420 for the cash secure put. I went ahead and bought back my original covered call, pocketed $838. So put that on the table. And now I write this new covered call, another $1,550, literally in a span of 7 days. And now it's a waiting game. And what I'm hoping is that pins will rally higher, have my shares taken away at 36, and we are literally stacking cash. And I'll tell you, man, this could be one of my easier trades. Now, Workhorse turns out to be my wheel trade number 2. And I did a video on this where I had been watching Workhorse, and as Workhorse has been trading in this range, I decided when it was at the bottom of its range, about 15x, I was going to go ahead and sell a cash secured put. I was going to start my wheel. And sure enough, I did. What I did was I sold the 16. So the stock's trading at 15x. I sell the 16, 30 days. They gave me $2.25 for it on 1,000 shares. I end up picking up $2,200. This is amazing because what ends up happening is Workhorse literally gets on its horse and rallies to 18 bucks. Now, I'm actually mentoring my buddy Larry, and we entered this trade together. The amazing thing is when it got to $18, I was going to buy back this cash secure put. I mean, this thing literally got down to $1, literally $1,200 on the table, right? I could literally buy it back. I got $2.25. I could buy it back for $1 and have $1,200 stacked on the table in what seemed to be one day. Well, I text Larry. Larry says, no, dude, we have to do this wheel. He had never done a wheel before. So I said, okay, against my better judgment, I decided to go ahead and let the trade stick. See, I have a rule. If an option that I get paid falls 50% in the first week, I buy that back. Now, there's a reason for that. And I've told this story before. When options fall, I'm able to buy them back, profiting in the premium, but I'm going to hold the stock anyway. So what I love to do is wait for a couple green days and maybe try to sell another covered call. We're going to manage these trades. We're going to pocket crumbs as we go along. In this case, Workhorse had fallen. I could have literally bought this back for $1, pocketing $1,225. Larry says, no, let's work this wheel. So I let this trade stay on the books. We still have it. You could see right now, Workhorse is down some 5%. And to be honest with you, this option, I think, is trading some 70 cents higher. And man, I hope I don't end up regretting this because that's one of my golden rules, buying back an option that has fallen 50% in the first week. Guess what? You've subscribed to the channel, you've liked the video, and you're going to see an update when I have an update on this trade. I love coming back, talking about trades, just so you get a feel, so you can see the world through my eyes and what I'm thinking about. Now, I'm really going to up your game here with my third wheel trade. If you sign up for my premium service, look, go back to my website right here, Upgraded CTP Dashboard. Not only do you get the upgraded CTP dashboard, but you get all of my emails. You get my charts of the week, my real-time trades. And this is a perfect example of what my premium members get. They get charts where I have a spotlight stock chart, and I love to just randomly pick a stock that I'm watching. And what I love to do is break it down based on my 5 favorite indicators. Now, I'm not that guy that's going to say, I got 5 trading tips. No, that's not what I do here. I do have 5 indicators that I'm looking for a low entry purchase. Okay. This is nothing new. I always talk about this. Chuck Hughes showed me his indicators for chart low entry purchase chart reading, and I use them because they work. So what I love to do is just randomly pick a stock that I'm watching, seeing the world through John's eyes. And what I love to do is then put it into a blog post for my premium members. Now, in this case, DraftKings hits my radar 2 days ago. and I did a blog post when DraftKings was trading for $34. And not only did I show the chart, I gave my commentary, right? I always love giving commentary from an active trader's perspective, right? You're sitting out there, you might be a little apprehensive, you might be a little uncertain, but then you start to see how an active trader, a successful active trader, sees things. And whether it's DraftKings or Workhorse or pins, you start to apply that to all of your trading. Now, in the case of DraftKings, it's simple. DraftKings fell some 5 and 6% on the day I did this blog post. And what could turn out to be an issue, I don't think is. The issue was that all their fees that they charge for their fantasy betting, they might have to pay tax on. And of course, that's going to hit revenues and that's going to hit profits and all that stuff. But I believe things like that are very short-lived, very short term. And that's not even a guarantee that's going to happen. So when DraftKings fell down to 33.34, I sent this post. And sure enough, the very next day, it rallies, and it rallies to some $40. Now, I don't own the stock, and I didn't act on that. I mean, just because I post it doesn't mean I buy it. A day passes, and DraftKings was up fractionally today. And I'll tell you, I started doing my research, reading some articles, looking at the story. And for me, with sports coming back and with the NFL not having serious COVID issues, I actually believe we're going to move forward with sports. Sports is going to figure it out like the NBA and NHL has. Hopefully the NFL can, and they don't find themselves where baseball's at, where teams are literally on the bench. I think the NFL, who right now is in training camp and they're not having major COVID issues, I think they're going to be able to pull this off. Now, remember, pro sports, you have college sports not even going to suit up, and it's understandable. They're amateurs, but DraftKings doesn't play in that sandbox. DraftKings plays with the pros. So I think as we get closer to the NFL season, and by the way, DraftKings, that's where they make their money, right? The NFL. I think we're going to get past this little sell-off point, and the story of DraftKings is just going to be a good one. So like I mentioned in my blog post, we're in the beginning innings of their entire game. So what did I do? Well, it's simple. As DraftKings is trading around $39, I decided to sell. Step one of the wheel strategy, I decided to sell a cash secure put. I went with the 36 strike. They ended up paying me $1.55 per share. And I'll tell you what, that is wheel trade number 3. So for me, I have 3 wheel trades happening. I've got pins, I've got Workhorse, and now I have DraftKings. All of these stocks are under $40. So a lot of you small ball players can get in the game. And I'll tell you, that's important because all you need is 100 shares, right? You pick your favorite stock or the stock you've researched or the stock you want to own, and then you can buy 100 shares and then write your very first covered call. Or in the case of the wheel, you can sell that cash secure put. Now, look, I'm going to leave it right there. These are 3 simple wheel trades anybody can do. Now, whether you choose the stocks that I did or not does not matter. What's important is to understand the process, why we do it, and having the confidence to actually do it. Right now, many of my premium members are actually following my trades. This is something that I don't promote. I do not give stock picks, recommendations. That's not what my membership is about. But when they get my real-time trade, I'm finding that they're going out and they're looking to do the trade or to follow along with me. Now, I'm not going to advocate that. I'm not going to sell that because that's not what I do. Okay. I always talk about doing your research so we can then do these things with confidence and clarity. If you're interested in what I do, go to ctpdashboard.com, click upgraded CTP dashboard. Your free month is waiting for you. Hey, look, if you enjoyed this video, I want you to bang that like button. It lets me know you like what I'm doing. Subscribe to the channel because I'm going to give updates on all 3 of these trades as we go along. And you know what? If you've never been to my Facebook page, it is growing. That's where I update my group. Go to Facebook, search CTP Dashboard, follow that page. I update all the time. And I'll tell you what, you can even send me an inbox message there. I usually get to those every day. Hey, look, I'm going to leave it there. Be safe, be healthy. More important, be lucky. Until next time, may all your Covered calls be profitable.